You won't believe how a narcissist destroys your sexuality and how you take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something real, something raw, something that can shake the very core of who you are. Have you ever felt like a part of you has been stolen, like fire inside you has dimmed, and you don't even recognize yourself anymore? I'm talking about what happens when you've been in the grip of a narcissist, when they've manipulated, gaslighted, and drained you to the point where you question your own worth, your own desires, your own power. Because let's get one thing straight, your sexuality is not just about pleasure. It's about identity, confidence, and connection. It's about the way you show up in the world, the way you own your energy. And a narcissist, they don't just take control, they rewire the way you see yourself. They make you feel like you're not enough, like your needs are too much, like you exist for them and not for you. And if you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you've lost trust in yourself. Maybe you've learned to shrink, to silence your desires, to feel shame where there should be power. And let me tell you something, that stops today, right here, right now. You take it back, because no one gets to define your worth but you. So how do you break free? How do you reclaim your power? You make a decision. You say no more. You rebuild, you redefine, and you reignite. And let me give you 7 keys to do exactly that. Recognize the truth. You were not crazy, you were conditioned. A narcissist made you doubt your own worth, not because you lack it, but because they feed off your uncertainty. Own your narrative, your sexuality, your confidence, your desires, they are yours. Take back the pen and rewrite your story the way you want it to be told. Cut off their control. No more negotiations. No more letting them back in. Narcissists thrive on keeping you tethered. Cut the rope and walk away for good. Reconnect with your body, move, breathe, dance, work out. Look in the mirror and own the person staring back at you. Your body is yours, and no one gets to make you feel otherwise. Reprogram your mind, replace every limiting belief with a powerful one. You are desirable, you are whole, you are worthy of deep, connected, passionate love. Starting with yourself, set unshakable boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are protection. You decide who gets access to your energy. Only those who honor, respect, and uplift you make the cut. Step into your power. The past does not define you. The pain does not own you. You are the creator of your future. And your power, it's back, stronger than ever. And no one can take it from you again. So today, right now, make the decision. You are not a victim. You are a force. You are unstoppable. And your power, it's back where it belongs, with you. Now go out there and own it. Recognize the truth. Listen to me right now. You are not crazy. Let that sink in. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not imagining things. You were conditioned. You were manipulated. You were slowly, methodically trained to doubt what was always true inside you. Because here's the game a narcissist plays. They don't destroy you all at once. No. That would be too obvious. They chip away, one little piece at a time. They plant tiny seeds of doubt and water them until you start to question your reality. One day you express a need and they make you feel guilty for it. Another day you set a boundary and they act like you're unreasonable. Over time you stop asking, you stop expressing, you stop standing up for yourself, because every time you do, they find a way to twist it against you. And suddenly you wake up and you're not you anymore. You become a version of yourself that tiptoes, that shrinks, that hides. And you can't even remember when it started. But I'll tell you what, you know exactly how it feels. It feels like walking on eggshells. Like never knowing which version of them you're going to get, like being punished for feeling too much, for wanting too much. But let me tell you something, that was never about you, it was always about them. They needed you to doubt yourself so they could control you. They needed you to question your worth so they could feel powerful. They needed you to shrink so they could feel big. And you were playing by the wrong rules. You thought that if you just loved them harder, if you just gave more, you just proved yourself, then they would finally give you what you needed. But guess what? That day was never coming, because a narcissist doesn't want love. They want control. They don't want connection. They want compliance. And the more you gave, the more they took, until you were left with nothing but an empty shell of who you used to be. But today is the day you wake up. Today is the day you recognize the truth. That voice inside you, the one that whispered something isn't right, it was never wrong. Your intuition, your gut feeling, it was always guiding you. And now you listen. You stand up. You take back what was stolen from you, because now you know. And once you know the truth, you can never unsee it. And that that the beginning of your freedom. Own your narrative. Your story does not belong to them. It never did. And yet for so long, they made you believe that it did. They made you believe that they got to define you, that they got to decide what you were worth, what you deserved, how much love you were allowed to receive. But let me ask you something. Who gave them that power? Because the truth is, they didn't take it. You gave it to them, not because you were weak, not because you were naive, but because you believed in love, you believed in connection, you believed that if you just tried hard enough, you could make things work. And now you take that power back. Now you take back the pen and rewrite your story the way it was always meant to be written, because your past does not define you. The mistakes you made, the times you stayed when you should have left, the moments you let them convince you that you were not enough, none of that is who you are. What you are is someone who survived, someone who endured, someone who is still here despite everything they did to break you. And that is your power. That is your truth. Because here's the thing. A narcissist will try to make you believe that your story is one of weakness, that your pain means you failed, that your scars mean you were broken. But that is a lie. Your story is one of resilience, of strength, of power. And you get to own that now. You get to stand tall and say, yes, I went through hell. Yes, I lost myself. Yes, I gave more than I should have. But I am still here, and I am taking back what is mine, because they don't get the final say. You do. They don't get to control the narrative anymore. You do. They don't get to define you. You do. And you define yourself as powerful, as worthy, as whole. You define yourself as someone who will never again be manipulated, never again be made to feel small, never again be convinced that they are anything less than extraordinary. So take the pen, take the story, take your identity back, because the moment you own your narrative is the moment you step into your power. And once you do that, there is no going back. Cut off their control, no more negotiations, no more second chances, no more believing their apologies, their promises, their fake remorse. You know the cycle by now. They hurt you, they act like they'll change, they lure you back in, and then they do it all over again. You know why? Because narcissists don't change, they don't grow, they don't suddenly wake up one day and realize the damage they've done, because to do that, they would have to admit that they were wrong, and they will never do that. So the only way to win this game is to stop playing it. The only way to break free is to cut them off completely. And I know what you're thinking, but what if they do change? What if this time is different? What if I just give them one more chance? Let me stop you right there. Because that is the exact trap they want you to fall into. That is the exact script they are counting on you to follow. Because every time you give them another chance, you reinforce their power. You prove to them that no matter what they do, you will always come back. And that is the only fuel they need to keep going. Because narcissists don't need love. They don't need connection. They need control. They need to know that they can pull your strings whenever they want. So what do? You take back your strings. You cut off their access. You block their number. You walk away, and you never look back. And when they come crawling, when they send you those desperate texts, when they show up at your door pretending they've changed, you remind yourself of one thing. They don't miss you. They miss controlling you. And you are done being controlled. You are done being manipulated. You are done being used as a pawn in their endless game of power. Because now you are in control. Now you decide who gets access to you. Now you walk away and never give them another chance to hurt you again. And when you do, that's the day you truly become free or reconnect with your body. Your body has been through war, a silent war, a war where every battle was fought inside you, where you learn to suppress, to disconnect, to numb yourself just to survive. Because when you're with a narcissist, your body stops being yours. It becomes a battlefield, a place of tension, of shame, of exhaustion. Maybe they made you feel like your needs didn't matter. Maybe they used your body as a weapon, manipulating you, withholding affection, making you feel like intimacy was something you had to earn. And over time, you stopped trusting yourself. You stopped trusting your own desires, your own instincts, your own ability to feel safe in your own skin. You started seeing yourself through their eyes, judging, criticizing, feeling like you were never enough. But today, right now, that ends. Because your body is yours. And it's time to take it back. not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. It's time to reconnect with the power that was always inside you. And how do you do that? You move, you breathe, you dance, you work out, you look in the mirror, and you don't see yourself through their eyes. You see yourself through your own. You touch your own skin and remind yourself that it is sacred, that it is worthy, that it is yours. Because let me tell you something. Your body was never the problem. It was never too much. It was never not enough. It was never the reason they treated you the way they did. The problem was them, their insecurities, their control, their fear of your power. Because a narcissist doesn't want you to feel powerful in your body. They don't want you to radiate confidence, to embrace your own sensuality, to own your presence. Because when you do, they lose control. And that's exactly why you're going to take it back. Because the moment you step back into your body fully, completely, unapologetically, is the moment you reclaim yourself. So stand tall, shoulders back, deep breath, feel every inch of your power. Because this body is not just skin and bones. It's your home, it's your strength, it's you. And from this moment forward, no one gets to take that away from you. Again, reprogram your mind. The most dangerous thing a narcissist does isn't what they say to you, it's what they make you say to yourself. Because over time, their voice becomes your voice. Their criticism becomes your inner dialogue. Their rejection becomes the way you see yourself. And that's the real damage. Not just what they did, but how they made you believe you weren't enough. How they planted seeds of doubt in your mind and let them grow until you no longer recognized yourself. But today, we rip those weeds out. Today, we reprogram your mind. Because you've been running the wrong script for too long. You've been telling yourself the same limiting lies they fed you. And now we rewrite the code. Because you are not weak, you are not broken, you are not unlovable. You are not too much. Every single thought they planted in you was designed to keep you small. And you are not small. So starting today, you replace every limiting belief with a powerful one. Every time your mind tells you you're not good enough, you say, I am more than enough. Every time you hear that voice whispering that you'll never find real love, you say, I am worthy of deep, unstoppable love. Every time your mind tries to drag you back into the past, you remind yourself, my past does not define me. I decide who I become. Because that's the truth, the real truth. And the more you say it, the more you feel it. The more you feel it, the more you become it. Because the mind is powerful. It will believe whatever you tell it, good or bad. And starting today, you feed it nothing but power, nothing but confidence, nothing but the truth. And here's the truth. You are limitless. You are unstoppable. And nothing they said, nothing they did will ever define you again. Set unshakable boundaries. Boundaries are not about keeping people out. They're about protecting what is sacred inside you. And for too long, you let your walls be torn down. For too long, you allowed access to people who didn't deserve it. Why? Because a narcissist doesn't just cross boundaries. They make you believe you're wrong for even having them. They make you feel guilty for saying no, for needing space, for demanding respect. And over time, you start to believe them. You start to think, maybe I am too much. Maybe I am asking for too much. Maybe if I just lower my standards, they'll finally love me the way I need. No, that ends today. Because your standards, your boundaries, they are not negotiable. And the people who truly love you, the people who truly respect you, will honor them. No guilt, no shame, no manipulation. So you set your boundaries and you set them hard. You don't justify them. You don't apologize for them. You don't let anyone make you feel guilty for protecting your energy. And let me tell you something. The people who get angry when you set boundaries, those are the exact people who needed them in the first place. Because a narcissist thrives in spaces where there are no rules. But now there are rules. Now there are unbreakable laws when it comes to your life, your energy, your heart. And if someone doesn't like it, that's their problem, not yours. Because from this moment forward, you are not available for manipulation. You are not available for disrespect. You are not available for anything that drains, diminishes, or devalues you. You are only available for people who see your worth, who respect your time, who honor your boundaries, and anything less, you walk away. No explanations, no second chances. Because your peace, it's priceless. And now you protect it with everything you've got. Step into your power. This is it. This is your moment. The moment you decide that you are done living in the shadow of someone else's control, that you are done questioning your worth, that you are done playing small. Because let me tell you something, you are a force. And for too long, you let someone else dim your light. For too long, you let someone else dictate how much love, how much confidence, how much power you're allowed to have. But now, you take it back. Now you remember who you are. Now you step into the highest, most powerful, most unstoppable version of yourself. Because that version of you, it was never gone, it was never destroyed, it was just buried, hidden, pushed down by years of conditioning, years of manipulation, years of believing lies about yourself. But that version of you is waking up. That version of you is ready to rise. That version of you is done waiting, done shrinking, done settling for anything less than everything you deserve. So today, you make a decision. You decide that you are enough. You decide that you are worthy. You decide that your power is no longer up for negotiation. And once you make that decision, there is no going back. Because once you step into your power, fully, unapologetically, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Your power is back and it's here to stay. Let me tell you something. This is not just another speech. This is not just another moment of motivation that fades by tomorrow. This is a decision to reclaim your life, a decision to own your worth, a decision to never again let someone else define who you are, what you deserve, or how much love you are allowed to receive. Because today you wake up. Today you see the truth. Today you remember that everything they tried to take from you, your confidence, your joy, your body, your voice, was never theirs to take. And now you take it back. You take back your mind. You take back your body. You take back your heart. You take back your energy. And you stand in the full, undeniable, unstoppable power of who you are always meant to be. Because listen to me, your past does not own you. The pain does not own you. The lies they told you, they don't own you. You own you. And from this moment forward, that is the only truth you ever need to believe. No more second guessing, no more waiting for permission, no more settling for anything less than the absolute best life has to offer. Because you are not here to play small. You are not here to be controlled. You are not here to be anyone's victim. You are here to rise, to shine, to live, to love, to take up space in the most powerful, unapologetic way possible. And the best part, no one can ever take this from you again. Because now you know, now you see, now you are awake. And once you step into this power, you never go back. So go. Walk into the world like you own it. Love yourself so deeply that no one can shake it. Honor yourself so fiercely that no one can break it. Step into the person you were always meant to be, because this is your time, and you are unstoppable.